They say that good things come in threes. First, there were the old posts from Murrayfield, which Caithness won in a competition. Then there was a cup final appearance at Broadwood. And now there's a new clubhouse, officially opened last weekend by Scottish Rugby Vice President Ian Rankin.
So it gives me great pleasure, and I just happen to have a pair of scissors, so to declare this clubhouse open, and I hope you all get a massive amount of pleasure out of it over the years, and well done, Caithness.
Yeah, I think this is just a fantastic story all around. I came up here with Dundee a number of years ago in the Cup, and I was blown away then just by the enthusiasm. And they have a lot of things that they have to get over, just with the distances that are involved, but they've never let that be a problem. And I think all credit to them. Bringing the Murrayfield posts here, I can't think of a better place for them to be. And having seen the spirit and the passion that they showed at the cup final on the pitch, but the number of people who made the effort to travel all the way down, and then by all account they went back to Meggetland, where a lot of guys have gone over the years down to Boroughmuir, and I think they filled that place up. And it was quite a late night, but they know how to party as well. But just to see the difference here and how much work has gone into creating this new facility, and you can see the pride that's they just are so proud of this new facility.
You look at the area, and it's a massive area. North of Scotland, you've got Shetland now in the leagues for a good period of time. You've got Orkney, you've got Caithness doing well, Highland, resurgent Highland, yeah. and you've got Ross Sutherland, who, a good going club as well. Why do you think there's been there's been growth in this area?
Because of the right people in the right places. As I said earlier, they have so many hurdles that they have to go over, and I think the community, we talk about community rugby, this place is the heart of the community, but they also take the community with them, and I think some of the values that they put into, they've got them written up on the wall, and I said earlier when I opened the clubhouse, these values are values for life. It's not just values to be a good rugby player and appreciate teamwork, and I think just because they are so far away, I think the collective feeling that they have, and they want to do well, they want to get out and play people. And when we came up with Dundee, we broke the journey halfway up, and I felt as though it was forever. They were playing Dumfries the next week, and and that wasn't a big deal. That was just what they did, because that's where they played the league games. And respect is a word that they, you have to earn that, and my word, they've earned it.
Caithness marked the day with a match against the Highland Select, a fitting end to a season which will live long in the memory.
Well, it's just been the most fantastic year in the club's history. Obviously, qualifying for the cup final was the bonus at the end of it, but the first game you came up to was a extra time victory, if you remember, and we were maybe a wee bit lucky to get through that one. And since then it's just developed and snowballed, and the clubhouse finished on schedule, and it's a facility which has given the club a focal point, and it's drawing old players back into the club and making it far easier to get people involved with the club again, which is just great from the club's point of view.
It's a funny thing that it's important to have the bricks and mortar, but when you're talking about a rugby club is the people that make it work. So who's kind of been instrumental in getting this all together, and as you say, having your best season ever?
Well, I think the most instrumental person in the whole club is Colin Sangster. His coaching, his club organisation, he was the one that drove us forward into positive coaching Scotland and so on. So I just think if Colin wasn't here, I don't think the club would be anywhere near the position it's in. Obviously there are others, like Shona's done a huge amount of work getting funding for the clubhouse and so on, but Colin's a person who's really laid the foundations of the club, I would say.
Explain or sum up the experience of going down to Broadwood and what that did for the club.
Going to Broadwood was a fantastic experience for the club. It was the amount of support that followed the club to Broadwood. And again, you're back to talking about people and just the community and the whole spirit that developed within the community, and to see them follow. And I think the players were quite touched at the support they got down there.
There's a rugby club, and the people that buy into the rugby club and are interested in the rugby club, it's a natural place for them to come. What's it doing for the rest of the community as well? How much have you seen the interest in the rugby club grow from the rest of the town? Thurso, Wick, in all the outlying places as well?
The interest has just grown exponentially this year. It really has. I think there's a really good family atmosphere within the clubhouse. I think that's helped. Young partners of the players and so on are coming in, some of them with babies and so on, and it's a very friendly place and environment, comfortable for them, and they really love it and enjoy it. In the wider community, it just seems to have blossomed, and we're getting support from all over the place. The amount of good wishes we got before that cup final was quite unbelievable. So I just feel the club has benefited so much this season. The challenge now is to keep that going forward and to keep the good feel factor.
I was going to say, how on earth are you going to top this season?
Well, I don't think we can even dream about topping this season. The only way we could top this season is if we got to Murrayfield next season and won the National Shield Final. So it's a target for us, but whether it's a realistic target remains to be seen.
And in terms of the game you've got today, you know, Caithness are playing against the Highland Select. You know, the experience of Shetland, Orkney, Ross Sutherland, Highland, who've a resurgent Highland. What do you think's been the key to that up or that, you know, increase in interest in rugby, particularly in this area?
I think it's just getting the right people in the right positions. And I think you have to have people who drive a rugby club forward. And as I say, Colin Sangster's done a huge amount to drive this one forward. I'm sure Bruce Ruthven, a development officer in Orkney's done the same, Sinclair Patience for Highland. But I think the DOs and so on are driving it forward and getting it more involved with the whole community. The great thing about rugby here is it's very much a classless game here. There's no, everybody's involved in playing it, and I think that's the most sort of pleasing idea about the game up here.
And it's even sunny today.
It's always sunny in Thurso, Jim. It was sunny the last time you were here, and it's sunny today again.
So a rugby success story in the far north. And to cap it all, Caithness won the match.